Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production for Gorecom, in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out big news. If you love mobile advertising, mobile tech, that whole industry, then you're going to love this interview with Jason Williams of Kidoz, and you're going to have 15 million reasons to love it because the company set record revenue as a result of owning the biggest mobile advertising platform for kids and families. They're a market leader as the premier provider of safe contextual mobile advertising, and now they're extending that to teens and parents. They got there by working with some of the top brands, including Disney, McDonald's, Hasbro, Lego, and revenue growth starting in 2017 started for 1.9 million. Here we are in 2022, fiscal 2022, at 15.1 million, up 21%. Now, we've talked about that in the future because the company released its preliminary results, but now we're doing a deeper dive because the actual financial has been filed. Here to talk about is Jason Williams. Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you, George. Great to be here.
Hey, so the $15 million number is not a surprise. Still awesome. Every time we hear it, I still tell people, have you heard of Kidoz? And that's up 21%. And we've talked about that as a top line. What I want to do is a little bit of a deeper dive to show just how strong Kidoz is internally. So here's what I'm picking up. It looks like you expensed a lot of development and sales and marketing in 2022 and still had this great experience, about $1.5 million.
That's right.
What does that say that you guys are able to do that in a year when most ad tech companies, advertising platforms, were slashing budgets, slashing people, and not reinvesting?
That's right. Yeah. So the trend was to cut headcount, cut expenses, and do whatever they could to protect the bottom line. And Kidoz, our management philosophy is to balance our growth and our free cash with the expenses in the business, but always pushing that top line. And we do that through investments in our tech and investments now in our commercial team, our sales teams, because the tech is so good. We have so many cases and references from leading brands that now it's about really spreading the word and pushing the envelope in multi-markets.
And we're not talking about small amounts. You spent roughly $1.5 million.
That's right.
And you're doing $15 million top lines. That's a big amount of money you spent on the tech and on. So let's talk about both. But I want to start on sales and marketing because we talked about Prado in our last interview, and we'll get to that again. Let's talk about where did a lot of that money go in terms of when we're talking about sales and marketing?
Sure. Yeah. So most of it is headed towards people. So we're bringing on staff that is well connected in the key markets for us, which is mostly America. And we're also investing in sales tech. So sales tech to enable really strong outreach and all the best tools so that we're hitting the right people with the right message as frequently as possible, and to generating those initial meetings. Because Kidoz, it's funny with two brands now, they're almost at different points in their life cycle. And so Kidoz is well known within the circles that it needs to be, and those brand managers and media planners are aware of Kidoz. And so from that side, we're hiring and reinforcing our sales to make sure that we've got the best people and they're able to close the biggest deals. So that's on the Kidoz side. We're actually hitting it from two angles, one from an outreach and one from kind of a maintenance perspective, because we've got so many different sales agencies globally that we need those people to be well briefed and well motivated, and that's it's a big job, and so we've got some more support there. And then on the Prado side, it's almost all outreach. It's really starting those conversations. It's beginning to explain why mobile in-app media is so important, why it's underutilized by brands, and why Prado and our technology is the best gateway to access that media.
What's amazing is the way I summarized it when I saw the release come out is Kidoz played offense, like full-on offense, 2-minute drill offense, whereas the rest of, and that's a big deal because the rest of the industry, I'm talking about starting from Google all the way down, we're playing defense. So what should you share? Because we all knew the top line was coming. how much more confidence should your shareholders be in the fact that when you drill down, you guys have got a really strong, you weren't fighting for your life. You weren't kind of cutting head
No.
count and getting rid of George. You're playing offense. What should your shareholders take away from that to give them even more confidence in where you're going?
Yeah, certainly it shows management's confidence, my confidence in what we're doing, and that has never been higher. I mean, we see so much opportunity in multiple different aspects of both businesses. And this isn't like, oh, 6 months of opportunity, we should grab this now. This is like 5 years, and how much can we grab, and how quickly can we do it, and how quickly can we make these brands happy and get more spend out of them. And so that's what we're on. And you're absolutely right. It's offense, and it's balanced, of course. We're not spending beyond our means. Exactly. And so it's calculated. And 2022 went as planned. That 15 million was wonderful to see. Maintained good free cash flows, operating cash flows were
$500,000. You took the words out of my mouth, but doing all of that in a very defensive year, growing top line, right, increasing your expenses on tech and marketing, and you still delivered $500,000 in operating cash.
Yeah, exactly.
Shareholders got to be thrilled, right? As a shareholder, you can't put words.
Well, and that's what we want to see. We're excited. We're hoping that the small cap market is kind of through this shakeout, and that the real gems will be sitting exposed for the new investors to see, and that the buying is going to come in because this is what we're going to do time and time again.
Congratulations on the financials again. This time, Jason, it's official. Before you kind of gave out the preliminary numbers, but what I like about the bit of a deeper dive we did here is that it shows the true internal strength, and I think we can summarize in that, right? You were playing offense versus defense with the rest of the industry, and I'm going to leave with this last question for you. A lot of shareholders probably don't realize that when you're playing offense while the rest of your industry is playing defense, whatever you're doing is actually multiplied, right? True. Because you've got agencies and salespeople and everybody, brands who are seeing Kidoz in their face, whereas everybody else is kind of, in the shadows, right? So whatever you did probably had a 2 or 3x effect.
Yeah. And what's interesting there too is like our competitors, maybe not competitors, our partners and the markets that we're after are not $15 million revenue companies. The companies that we're partnering with and looking to take spend from, but compete with on a wider market, these companies are doing hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of business. And we're trying to win that because our tech is as good, our service is way better, our response time is way better. And so we can kind of help these brands to iterate to their success rather than a company that just says, hey, give me your 100 grand and I don't even know who you are. And that's a lot of the big tech these days. And so it's interesting for us, and it's a kind of we try harder position, and it's good.
Sounds like Kidoz is the Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, there's definitely been that.
Right? You actually care about your clients, and it's paying off for you.
Yeah, and when you get your technology to a certain point and you have a team that's reachable and responsive, then that makes a big difference, because as I'm sure you know, tech is not reliable. Even the best tech is breaking, and there are questions to be asked, and there's mid-flight things that have to happen. And when you can pivot quickly and deliver those results, then that's a big difference for your clients.
The scary part is, I'm going to conclude with this: you guys make it actually look easy. You're almost at the point where all the shareholders say, yeah, well, of course they're growing top line. It's kids and families and teens, and they got these new brands, and all the programmatic's growing by 500%. Of course, that's Kidoz, right? But look, it's better for you to have that perception. It's true. People saying, man, Jason's team are just trying to muscle this out and not really sure where they're going.
No, we've got the investments in the right place. I mean, it's funny, 2022 started super strong and carried through until like December. And then we saw the weakness settle in. 2023 is starting softer, as I've said. And so it's going to be a bit soft right at the beginning, but we're now seeing some good strength pacing ahead. And so 2023, getting that 25%, we'll see how much we can get. That's going to be the true test of this company, and we're going to do it.
Well, you survived a lot of tests. Thanks for joining us, Jason. I love the deep dive that we did into the numbers, because it's not, you're not just a top line company underneath the water. Now we see that you're building something really strong. You're reinvesting and still delivering amazing results. So thanks for joining us. Can't wait to have you back as always, buddy.
Thank you, George. Great to see you.
To everybody at home, you've been watching or you've been listening by podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, your favorite podcast platform. To Jason Williams, he's the CEO of Kidoz, trades in Canada, KIDZ. Gotta love that stock symbol. For friends in the US, KDOZF. For those new to the story and you keep seeing these top line numbers and now you know the underneath the current numbers and you want to find out more, get the company's profile page in the Gore column, because this is new technology. This is new for most small cap investors. Get that foundational info. And then once you got that, do your deep dive on the Kidoz site. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. See you next time. Hey guys, this video is over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and even leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our channel and never missing another great Agoracom small cap video.